I want to divorce my husband and marry my best friend.
Why?
I am 28 right now and he is 29. I had an arranged marriage back in late 2022.
Okay, that's why.
I don't have a father. He passed away when I was 16. I had met a couple of potential matches for marriage, and this one seemed like a good guy. He appeared mature and was financially stable. Plus, he was
in italics.
He was something. Italian?
Maybe. He was a Titan.
He was
He was Eren Yeager.
Don't know what that was trying to say. By the way, this comes from Deleted. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, to be honest, I don't want to brag, but I've always felt I was above average in looks and received attention from boys. I had 2 serious relationships in school and college, but I feel like they were only interested in me because of how I looked. There was a stolen kiss with my second relationship, and I felt like that was enough. They didn't understand me, and I was looking for a meaningful relationship. Besides, if my mom found out, she would have been so hurt. We got married, and things looked great. Like everyone says, it was wonderful until the honeymoon phase ended. Then things started to fall apart. Our first fight was about finances. We both work in the software industry. He earns twice what I do, but spends almost everything on new gadgets and fancy things to maintain his, what is this? Something status.
Elysian? Elysian? What is it? So it's something to do with tech.
Yeah.
There's like a scale of like people who are early adopters of technology versus like people who adopt it when it's already in kind of vogue. Can you look that up, Keon? What the heck does that mean?
What does it mean?
It's like I
capital T-I-A-N.
Okay, wait. We got it. Sonia Nieves in the comment says that refers to a student or graduate of the Indian Institutes of Technology.
Okay.
Nice.
So
thank you so much.
Went to a college for technology? All right. I don't get it. I had faced hard financial conditions after my father passed away, so it's my habit to always save money. But he wouldn't listen to me. Once he replied, "Oh, so you won't let me enjoy my life after working my entire childhood for it?" I was baffled. I dropped the topic and never raised it again. After that, we fought about his late night outings, his friends coming over to watch cricket and leaving the entire house a mess without helping me clean. Him mocking me in front of his friends for not being able to pass JEE, being too close with his female friends, sitting on the sofa with dirty shoes, not being clean, and many other things. The only one that I'll give him is sitting on the sofa with dirty shoes. Why are you sitting on the sofa with dirty shoes?
Are your shoes on the sofa?
Are your shoes on the sofa?
What are you, Dave Chappelle?
What's going on there? All of this led to huge fights within our first year. Our intimate life was gone after just 5 to 6 months of marriage. I had explained to him a few things I didn't like in bed, but he wouldn't listen. He was like, "I've seen this in videos and I want to try," but I wasn't ready for it.
Boo. Boo.
Icky.
Everyone boo this man.
Icky. Due to our lack of intimacy, he ended up having an affair with a colleague. Yikes. I was devastated when I found out. I discovered after marriage that he had slept with at least 5 to 6 women before me. Okay. And I was his first wife, but not his first in other ways.
Every time that marriage is said in the story, I just want to put arranged in front of it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's why this is so bad.
Yeah.
This is just basically a stranger who doesn't like you.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that is the case here.
Yeah.
I had assumed he's had one long-term, long-distance relationship and they were close. I hadn't inquired much and had filled in the gaps myself. But I hadn't expected him to have been with so many women. I felt cheated in this marriage. I wanted to save our marriage. Every friend told me I shouldn't forgive him, that I should file for divorce and ask for alimony. Instead, we went to couples therapy. Oof. I mean, based on the title, it doesn't seem like we're heading in the best place. And I feel like, you know, these are the flags we should look out for when someone cheats on you and really doesn't seem like they like you all that much. I don't know if that's a marriage that's worth fighting for.
Yeah. I just don't understand the cultural implications of it being an arranged marriage. And like, all your friends are telling you to leave.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like not even like your friends and family are saying, well, you can't get divorced. everyone's saying get divorced.
Ay, ay, ay.
After 2 to 3 months, I felt like my husband didn't want to improve and didn't want to waste more time and money. By this time, I hadn't involved our parents. I didn't want to hurt my mom, but I had to tell her. She cried over the phone. I knew it was going to happen. My mom informed his parents and everyone came to our apartment. His parents scolded him really badly and also scolded me for not informing them earlier. My father-in-law was about to hit my husband, but somehow my mother-in-law and my mom managed to stop him. Things went back to normal. I felt like he had improved and we started our life again happily. We traveled and felt like friends for a couple of months, but then things started falling apart again. We had more quarrels and I lost interest in our intimate life, and he cheated again a couple of months ago. Enough was enough. Please leave him. Huh?
Yeah.
I moved back to my mom's home in Ahmedabad 2 months ago. Before marriage, when I started my job as a fresher, there were 5 new joiners, including a cute boy. Let's call him Mr. M.
Nah, let's call him Mark.
Let's call him Mark. He never talked much, was always focused on his work, kind of unfriendly, never joined us for restaurants or anything social, a very punctual guy. After 6 months or so, he was placed on my project. We sat together and had basic conversations. He was really good at his work and had a great reputation among seniors. I was struggling to meet even basic deadlines. We became really good friends over time, and he helped me a lot in my initial phase. When I faced problems, he would help me in the evenings by staying late with me or calling from home. He never flirted, never tried to take advantage of the situation or touch me inappropriately. Never sent any social media requests to me. At some point, I had to ask him for his social media. I felt different around Mr. M. He became a very close friend to me. I understood the way he was, and he understood me very well over the years. I could tell him anything about myself, and I knew he would understand without judging me. He came to my home multiple times, and my mom liked him so much. Once, after he left, Mom even told me, if he belonged to our caste, I would marry you off to him. That boy likes you so much. Oof. That's rough.
Caste system, bad.
Bad.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
Caste system, bad.
Yeah. There's no...
That's not culturally insensitive.
No, it's just
it's
bad.
just a bad thing.
Yeah, caste systems are never good.
Yep.
Ooh, that's so tough.
They
Okay,
are.
leave your terrible husband and go be with Mark, please. One day when we were leaving a restaurant, he confessed his interest and his desire to get into a relationship with me. I couldn't do it, so I explained my family situation to him, although he was already aware of most of the details. He was really sad to hear my rejection. That was the first time I gave him a hug. The first time I ever hugged a man apart from my father.
So,
And your husband?
this is a real big cultural difference. I am completely unfamiliar with this kind of situation.
The thing is, regardless of the cultural, element of this, which is important, your whole friend group is saying you should leave him. And it seems like she hasn't brought up, I can't leave him because of societal pressure. Like, she hasn't really brought that up. So I'm assuming that's not the main issue here. It seems like she feels like she has to stick it out in general.
I don't know.
Or she wants to try and make it work. And I don't think there is anything to make work here.
She hadn't ever hugged her husband?
That's what it says. It's just the first time I ever hugged a man apart from my father. You've never hugged your husband?
I don't know. I don't know. That seems like a very, very strong programming.
Yeah, and also your mom is weird for that because you're currently married and your mom's like, I'd totally marry you to this other guy if he wasn't part of the cast. It's like, you're currently married, so it seems like she doesn't even want you to be married to your husband.
Normalize breaking traditions that are nothing but a negative force.
Oh, Kim Roberts says, I think this was before she was married. She met him before her marriage. So, which makes a little bit more sense why her mom would have said that. Over time, we hugged a lot, held hands, and kissed once in a while, though I made it clear that there was no future to this relationship. Okay, so it seems like potentially they had met. She said, I can't be with you because you're not part of my cast. And so that was why the rejection happened.
Yeah, so that we just had the
so that,
timeline was
so
a
the
little
cultural
mixed up.
context does make a lot of sense here then.
Yeah.
And also it makes sense. She probably has hugged her husband.
Right, that's what I was like, okay,
was
so
so
this was more
confused,
like when I met Mark.
Yes.
He was the first guy I'd ever hugged.
Yes. We're getting the background. After about a year, he left to build his own business and I changed companies. We stayed connected over social media and calls. My mom started looking at marriage prospects for me, and that's how I ended up with my current husband. Before marriage, I had dinner with Mr. M and updated him about my life and my decision. He was showing that he was happy, but his facial expression said otherwise. I mean, why would he be happy? He's clearly into you. He's told you he's into you. You're into him. Why would he be happy about you marrying someone else? After that, he cut me off from Instagram. There was only one call after my marriage. I felt he wanted to have distance and I gave him space. I wanted to call him so many times, but didn't. After having fights with my husband and coming back to the city, I wanted to meet him again. I felt like I was an idiot for not giving him a chance. We had been together for at least 4 years and he was the closest person I've ever had besides my mom. I've called him and we planned dinner. I don't know why I felt like I overdressed or put on makeup to impress him. I reached the restaurant and waited for him. I hadn't seen him in years. Someone came to my table. It was him, but he had changed. Earlier, he looked like a boy, but now he looked like a grown, mature man and more handsome.
Whoa.
Ooh.
OP just discovered what aging is.
We caught up on life, talked a lot, laughed a lot. I didn't tell him about my marriage situation. I asked him about his dating life, and he said he was on and off dating, but mostly busy due to business.
Just date him.
He's in love with you.
Date him.
He's in love with you.
Ugh.
Dude, this is like the summer I turned pretty, except they're not siblings.
We don't know how
Mr. M and
we also don't know how pretty they are.
OP said she was pretty.
Yeah.
OP literally said, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty attractive.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I did hug that guy.
And then she said, Mr. M, pretty attractive too. So we actually do know how attractive they are,
okay.
according to themselves.
According to them. So yeah, we investigated ourselves and found us to be wildly attractive.
And you know what I find attractive? Having full episodes of stories just like this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. Just search up OK Storytime. Super attractive.
Yeah. Super.
But there is a little bit left to the story. Do you have any final thoughts?
It's hard because it's like this is a cultural thing that's probably been programmed into OP for her whole life. But it's like theoretical tradition, all right, of nowhere ever in particular. Say somebody wants to be a piano player, but there's a tradition when you turn 18, we smash your hands with hammers. Everyone does it. Why? You're not going to do that? That's going to really put a strain on the family. Dude, I'm going to do me. I want to play the piano. I'm not going to smash my hand with the hammers just because everyone has done it.
Yeah. Tradition is great as long as you're into it.
Right. There's something positive about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing positive about a caste system at all. None.
Nope.
Zero.
But there is a little bit left of the story, OP. Go after what you want, but first leave your husband. Don't be a cheater as well. When we were leaving in the elevator, he opened his arms for a hug and I rushed in. It was the most satisfying hug I'd ever had. But when we were releasing the hug, I was so close to him and like old times, I kissed him. He stepped back, said something. I said something. We kissed again. I went to his home, and for the first time, we made love. Girl.
I don't even care. She got cheated on so many times.
I know,
None of this,
but
all this
leave
is
your husband.
All this is nonsense. That's not even her husband.
It is her husband.
It's not.
It is her husband.
I don't see it.
It is her husband. It literally is her
on
husband.
On a piece of paper, it's her
husband.
They feel nothing for each other.
I don't
He's cheated
care.
on her 7 times.
Leave your husband.
This is the first guy she ever hugged. Yeah, this is caste system BS.
You gotta leave your husband. You want to leave your husband. Everybody wants you to leave your husband.
The only reason they're not leaving each other is because of the cultural and societal pressure, which is an outside source. Dysfunctionally, they wouldn't have been married.
When I woke up for the next day, I felt like I had taken revenge on my husband, but in the process had used my best friend. I couldn't keep it to myself. When he woke up, I told him everything about my marriage and being on the verge of divorce. He was surprised to learn this, but in the end, he told me that if I was ready, we could get married. He would be more than happy to marry me rather than date another girl and build a life with her. I've taken time to think about everything. I know nothing about the divorce process. I want no alimony from my current husband. What I've always looked for was a meaningful relationship. That's all. Another big challenge is convincing my mom to let me marry a boy from a different caste. She's modern, but still believes in caste differences. I'm ready to fight for my life. I have a good understanding with my mother, but I've never dared to go against her. She put strict rules on me when I was growing up, and I understand why, but please tell me how to go through everything. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it seems like you are pretty independent from your mother. Unfortunately, like, it would suck to lose the relationship, of course. But you are getting nothing from being in this relationship with your current husband. He sucks. You guys don't like each other. And you love Mr. M. And it seems like she likes him. Yeah. She's just got all of these, like, ingrained biases against castes. But she still seems like she's in, like, she supports who you guys are together as a couple. So
I'm not kidding when I say this. Disappear and start a new life with Mark, with Mr. M. How could your parents support you being in, or your mom, because I think your dad passed away. How could your mom support you being in a relationship with this abusive piece of
who's
crap
cheating
guy?
on you? I don't even know if she is, but like, we haven't heard anything about the mom supporting this relationship. Just that she doesn't want her to marry Mark because of the caste system.
I just think it's implicit. I think run away and start a new life with this guy. If you're whatever, it's gonna be better than what you're doing now. Get out. New life.
I kind of think
run.
If you're already doing the running away thing, then I think you just tell your mom and say, this is what I'm doing. And if she reacts badly, then it really is awful, because clearly there's, familial elements to the story that are very important. But like, you are not happy in this relationship and you deserve happiness.
Yeah.
And it's tricky. Leave your husband. And that is the end of that story. We've got another one, though, and we're going to jump right into that.
My husband called me lazy, so I taught him a lesson.
You're going to see how lazy I can be.
Okay, I get the title sounds horrible, but hear me out. I have a 12-year-old son and a 13-month-old. Before the pandemic, I worked part-time, went to school part-time, and took care of the house and kids when not doing the other two.
Hey.
Since the pandemic, I became a stay-at-home mom, still going to school, taking care of the house and kids. But now, with school back in session and my son doing e-learning, I also help a lot with that. By the way, this comes from user NoZucchini4614. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I have a pretty strict schedule that I keep for myself to allow me to get household chores and the schooling for my son and myself done each day. One day last week, I had a migraine. Nothing I did helped ease it. At some point after 3 p.m., after my son was out of school and baby was down for a nap, I laid on the couch to try and help the migraine.
Oh no, I see you.
Help. As someone who gets migraines and like other weird things that happens to me, people will think it's not real sometimes. That's what her husband's gonna do.
I just think, I think he's gonna come in and be like, you're being lazy. And I'm gonna bop. I'm gonna bop.
That's the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lesson. My husband came home while I was sleeping and was already in a crap mood and yelled at me that I didn't do anything all day except sleep, eat, and get fat.
Bop.
I tried to explain to him I hadn't been feeling well and napped because of that. He said that was an excuse, and how would I like it if I went to work all day and he was home with the children and I came in and he was asleep on the couch?
I'm sorry. She works part-time and goes to school part-time and takes care of the kids? Are you going to do all three of those things?
Yeah, stupid. And then OP says, I would have said, I assume you were tired or not feeling well.
Like a kind partner.
Like an empathetic partner.
Shock.
Husband took a few days off work. I made arrangements with a friend to do temp work with her. I went to work for a few days, leaving him my daily schedule as a guide. The first day, he called me 20 times because he couldn't handle my son's schoolwork, couldn't handle taking care of the baby, couldn't even go to the bathroom without one of them needing something. The second day, he called me 10 times with the same complaints. Both days, he was asleep on the couch because he was exhausted from trying to keep up with the kids and housework. I went to work the third day. He showed up with the kids, and dropped them off without saying anything to me or my friend. Luckily, my friend didn't mind. When I got home the third evening, he was asleep on the couch. I let him sleep. I mowed the grass, pulled weeds, cleaned up the house, made dinner, which I tried to wake him up for, but he refused to wake up, got the kids bathed and ready for bed before he woke up.
So exactly what did he do? What is he doing around here?
Sleeping.
So he's like, yo, we could switch and I'll show you. You won't like it. You're literally taking care of the kids even when you don't feel well. He called you 50,000 times when he was supposed to be taking care of the kids and you were working.
Not cool.
Mm-mm.
Husband barely did the minimum of caring for the house and kids while I worked. He said I did it to make him look like a piece of crap parent, and I said, no, I did it to teach you a lesson.
You do that all on your own.
Just because you don't see me actively doing something when you come home doesn't mean I haven't done anything all day. This all started because you refused to let me tell you I had a migraine and was just barely able to function that day. Luckily, oldest knows what he needs to do for schoolwork, just sometimes needs a little bit of help with it. Baby is up at 7, but goes down for nap at 12. He sleeps 3 to 4 hours. Am I the a-hole for trying to get my husband to see what I do on a daily basis?
No.
Are you an a-hole for having your husband take care of your children?
That's the thing. That's the crazy part.
Are you insane?
That is the craziest part. OP literally just had her partner be a dad for one day, and he was like, this is so hard. Like, that's your freaking job. I'm sorry, is OP an a-hole for making you figure out how to take care of your kids? Is she an a-hole because you don't know what your kids need? That's so embarrassing for you.
I hate that we live in a world where people just don't know in their hearts that this is not an a-hole move.
You should know or have access to the knowledge of, like, what your kids are learning, what doctors they have. Like, it shouldn't be, I need to check in with my partner. Like, you got to know that information.
Just the fact
you got to know how to take care of them on your own.
It's not even that. Like, I can almost be like, all right, well, that's something you can work on, right? It's like, sure, it's a skill you can get better at, and like, but it was the way that he went.
Well, it's the attitude.
You did this to make me look like a bad parent.
He has no desire to learn how to do it. He just wants to blame her.
We have some comments here. I'll take one guess on what they voted.
Yeah.
Not the a-hole.
Shock.
Commenter 1 says, husband barely did the minimum of caring for the house and kids while I worked. Comment 1 is quoting back OP saying, my husband said I did this to make him look like a crappy parent. No, I didn't do it to make you look like a crap parent. This is like a hypothetical response from this commenter.
Yeah.
No. I didn't do it to make you look like a crap parent. I did it to show you were being a crappy person to me. But apparently I'm not done if you still haven't learned the lesson. Nice. Got him. Comment 2, not the a-hole. Your husband needs to learn to appreciate what you do. He's being manipulative to get out of taking responsibility as a parent and is putting you down unnecessarily when you already have a huge load when it comes to your kids. To have the audacity to show up to your work because he doesn't want to deal with the kids anymore is a bundle of red flags on its own. Commenter 3 says, not the a-hole. He has no right to call you fat. Also, you didn't do it to make him look like a crap parent. He is a crap parent because he couldn't do it. Get rid of him. Be happy. You seem to be more than capable of doing everything yourself anyway. Enjoy the alimony and child support payments his crap face will have to pay. Commenter 4, not the a-hole. You didn't do it to make him look like a crap parent. He's chosen to be this way, and husband and you forced him to at least slightly understand that. The question is, what do you do now? Because spending the rest of your life with someone who treats you this way is not the answer. Here's an update 1 month later.
Yeah, I think that they could absolutely figure this out, but he just has to be willing to listen. Because right now he's blaming everything on you. And first he's blaming you needing a break after taking care of your kids all day and doing everything that you're doing. And now he's blaming you for him taking care of your kids all day. And you just have to have a conversation and see if you can get back on the same page about how to parent. Because you are on totally different books.
Completely agree. You're living in fundamentally different realities right now.
I mean, if he feels like he's inadequate as a parent, then that's his problem. He's got to figure out how to not be inadequate.
Yeah. It's like being like, oh, oh, I'm not strong enough to lift this thing. I guess I'll never be strong enough to do this.
I guess that's it.
You go to the gym, you work on it. You incrementally build improvement. About a month ago, I made a post asking if I was the a-hole for teaching my husband a lesson about being a parent. In the days that followed that post, I read the comments and messages from everyone here. Seriously, thank you guys. You gave me a ton to think about. I told my husband that I wanted to separate, not a divorce, as I wanted to try therapy before making that decision. I told him I didn't feel like he appreciated what I do every single day. I also said that he needed to get into therapy if he wanted to have a chance to save our marriage. We could go together or separately, but I already had an appointment set for myself. The kids and I are staying with a friend who I do pay some rent to, as well as cleaning up and helping her in her little shop when she needs it. I have the kids the majority of the time. While he's at work, the kids are with me. 3 nights a week, the kids will go with him, usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, depending on his work schedule. We have been to 2 virtual therapy sessions with a marriage counselor. He is also seeing a counselor on his own, as am I. In the week since the post, I've seen a difference in how my husband speaks and acts towards me. Whether it stays is another matter. He wasn't always the angry, ungrateful man that was portrayed in my previous post. There was a time when he actually showed he appreciated the things I did and would never say hurtful things to me. I'm not sure when it all began to change and when I began to believe it was okay, the things he said and how he acted. We both have a long road to get back to normal. I do hope I can do this with him, but I'll be okay if I can't. I do love my husband and I want to go home to him. And by the way, you can go home to full episodes with stories just like this. All you got to do is go to your podcast platform of choice and search OK Storytime, and there you will find over 67 days worth of stories.
Gee, mister, that's a lot of stories.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Gee, mister, that's a lot of stories.
Yeah. Boom. But we are almost done here.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I like what we've done.
I agree. I think not divorcing, but separation to try and see if they can fix it is the best, solution.
Yeah.
Getting therapy, seeing, because at the end of the day, the goal here is to effectively parent. Because even if they get divorced, even if they leave each other, he still has to parent those kids. Even more so. Now he definitely isn't going to have her watching them 24/7. So now he would absolutely have to figure out how to care for them.
Yeah.
So either way, that's kind of where he's going. And hopefully he can do that with you.
Indeed. A few mutual friends that know the full story of what's going on with husband and I texted me to tell me they have noticed a change in his behavior as well. One pointed out he's not drinking like he used to, but he's not wanting to go home either. According to this friend, my husband complains that it's too quiet at home and it doesn't feel like home. Top comments to close it off. Comment 1 says, OP, I remember your post and you are a better person than I would have been. While you are the wronged party, you're still acting as the bigger person as you continue to work and take the bulk of the childcare duties. And you didn't displace him. With all your efforts, I'm glad to hear that he realizes that even when he's feeling the effects of the best possible scenario of a divorce, he realizes he still isn't happy. It does sound like you had the raw end of the deal for a long time, and I'm sure the change in routines that the vid caused didn't make life easier for either of you. So I'm glad to hear that therapy is working and really hoping he won't take you for granted anymore, no matter what you decide to do. OP, you're my idol. Good luck and keep us posted. Comment 2 says, you're rebuilding the boundaries this man once completely trampled on. Good for you and also good for him for attempting to change his behavior. I hope that he does come around. However, if he doesn't, please keep protecting your boundaries. As the mother of his children, you do not deserve to be disrespected, especially with all that you do. I wish you guys the best. Commenter 3 says, good for you. Honestly, this will show him to not take you and your supermom skills for granted anymore. I hope that this sticks and you can go back to a happy marriage and that you spoke to the attorney just in case anything went south.
Yeah.
And that is the end of that story.
Good luck, OP. I wish the best for you and your family. I want him to figure out how to be a father. And everyone out there who's, think about marrying someone, think about having kids with someone.
Think about it.
Maybe have them babysit a couple kids. See how do they know how to be around children? Did they know how to keep a child alive? Ask those questions. Get their answers. And then we can decide if we want to marry them and have kids with them.
Agreed. You know, always do your due diligence before you sign up for a lifetime contract.
But that is the end of that story, and we've got another one for you.
Here it is.
My husband let our daughter shave her head.
Okay, cool.
We have a certain tradition in my family. During the summer, all children in age 10 have their hair dyed, currently with a special dye that wears off after a few days. We dress in colorful clothes, decorate my grandparents' house, and celebrate for 3 days and 3 nights. There's cake, presents, various contests, and so on. It is a family tradition, not a matter of culture or country, and it comes from the time when one of my great-great-grandmothers lost many children before they turned 10. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, my daughter turns 10 this year. She is one of 3 children in this age. The celebration was scheduled for August 1st. Everything was going well, she was very happy, and then I went on a business trip. When I came back, my daughter had a shaved head. Honestly, I was shocked because during this time, I did not receive any information or even a photo. I asked my husband what happened. He said that he and our daughter were watching some cartoon together and one of the characters had a shaved head. So our daughter decided she wanted to shave hers too, and he agreed. That caused a lot of drama.
Because you guys are kind of silly?
We had a bit of an argument, and honestly, at the time, I was more concerned that he'd allowed her to shave her head on such a small impulse. But the next day, my mother came in and a conversation about tradition began. You know, how to dye hair that doesn't exist. Well, you can still dye a buzz cut.
This is why this is so silly. This isn't about dyeing the hair. This is what did she shave her head with a 00 razor?
Yeah,
did she like with like a skull shaver?
She Lex Luthered it.
Yeah, is she straight up bald cap Luther right now?
The only thing why that I will say, I don't think that OP should make a huge difference or huge deal about her daughter shaving her head now because it's already happened. I think you just got to be supportive and be like, it looks great.
Yeah, if you don't support this
she's
now,
gonna cry.
Get ready for way more stuff that you're not going to like.
However, I do think that the dad, like, if it was, because it's the way that it's being written, it seems a little bit like she was like, I want to shave my head. And he was like, all right. Which I do think he should have been like, let's take a day. Let's see if you want to shave your head tomorrow. Like, you know, are you sure? You're not gonna have hair. I'm all for it if you want a shaved head. But you just kind of give because she's 10.
I could see him asking like a couple times, be like,
yeah,
this is what you really want, honey? And she's like, yes.
Yeah, if he did that, I'll all for it. Yeah. But you know, like she's 10, so I feel like there are kind of impulses that maybe we say, let's think this through a little bit. And if you've thought it through and you still want to do it, all for it.
I don't know, man. 10's old enough to know you want to shave your head. Because you watched like a thing and you're like, I really love that character and I want to shave my head. I'm
not saying that she shouldn't do it. I'm just saying like, if he was just like immediately, let's do it. I think that there is kind of an element of when you're talking to a 10-year-old.
I did it.
I think it's a little bit different.
I did it at 11. I was like, I want to shave my head. Like,
I think it is different for boys.
Like, yeah. And they're like, all right, you're not going to like it. And I was like, okay, mom and dad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like it. I proceeded to be like, okay, this is cool for the first day. Like, all right.
I love a shaved head.
Again, I'm not anti the shaved head at all. I'm just saying, like,
neither. I'm not saying. It's just more that I feel like OP, the mom in this situation, is writing this in a voice and tone that is sort of just like dismissing any level of importance that it could have had.
Sure.
By being like, she watched some cartoon.
Yeah, it could have.
When I was 10, some of those shows were the most important things in my life.
And also, not that like she is, but you know, hair is like she could be figuring out herself, and hair is a big part of that, you know?
Yeah, and hair grows back. I don't know if you guys know this.
This is so my mom, though. She would be so upset if I shaved my head at 10. She'd be like, what have you done? You look terrible. I would not have been able to do this. Dude, I cut my hair short. There's a picture of it in my ID, which I'm not going to show you.
I would love to send. Can we send your mom a fake picture of you with a buzz cut?
She would cry. She would get so mad. She'd be like, what have you done? But I think that right now, OP, your daughter has already shaved her head. There's nothing that you can do about that. Now we just say, you look awesome. You look so cool. Let's dye the buzz cut.
Yeah, gas up your daughter, you fool.
But I do think that OP's husband, or is it the ex-husband?
Well, you just need to gas it. You got to gas up the daughter. You can't shame your child now that they've shaved their head.
It's too late. But I do think that he should have told her, which is what people are saying. Like, he should have been like, hey, she wants to shave her head.
I feel like he knew she would say no, and then the daughter would be sad. I feel like this is another case of the first story where it's like, why don't we just let people do what they want, huh? It's not hurting anybody.
My mother suggested a wig or just painting my daughter's head, but my daughter burst into tears because she realized she would be the only 10-year-old whose hair wouldn't be dyed. She also refused to go to the celebration now because it won't be the same. And now she's mad, and my husband is furious with me, thinking the whole tradition is stupid and that it's the tradition's fault that our daughter is upset. I, on the other hand, think he was irresponsible and he should have thought about what he was doing before he started shaving her head. Yes, my husband knows about the tradition. He's been there twice. Edit, yes, my daughter is completely bald now.
Okay,
Did
but
he
really,
shave down to the skin?
That's crazy.
That's
insane.
crazy.
But Amy Lynn is saying, I get what Fia is saying because the daughter needs to be taught how to think through her decisions. This is literally, that's exactly what this is, though. She shaves her head, and then if she doesn't like it, she goes, oh, wait, I did this too fast. I've learned my own lesson now.
Yes, but I think there are ways to do it that, like, you don't have to go through the, like, oh my God, I just shaved my head, now I have to wait. You know, I think there are just...
Will you wear wigs?
I think this is not at all on the same level because it's not at all permanent because the hair goes back. But it's like if a 16-year-old comes to their parent and is like, I want to get a tattoo. And the parent's like, no, you're going to wait. And if at 18 you still want that tattoo of a mustache on your finger, then you can get it because I can't do anything. But I think it's about teaching your children to not be so impulsive and to like think about how that change is going to affect them, how long it's going to last. And if they still want to do it after that, absolutely go for it.
I guess I would just raise a bunch of mongrels running around, learning lessons.
Yeah. As for what if one of the kids doesn't want to dye their hair? The answer is that my brother was that kid. So on the day of the celebration, he wore a rainbow wig and no one had a problem with it. The thing is, as I've already pointed out, my daughter doesn't want wigs or head paint. She wants dyed hair.
And does she want dyed hair because her mom freaked out about it?
It doesn't really sound like OP freaked out that much, though. Sounds like she was upset at the husband. Like, I feel like...
If I freaked out, I wouldn't put it in my post. No.
Maybe.
Is it just... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have any bandwidth for any of this.
Edit 2. I've noticed that many people in the comments have a strange view of this tradition, so I want to clarify something. No, we're not talking about passed away children, nor is there a cemetery-like atmosphere. Although it began with many deceasements, it is a celebration of life and joy, something like a huge birthday. That's why everyone dresses colorfully, that's why we paint ourselves and decorate our houses, and that's why children get presents. Comments. Palmberg Mama says, not the a-hole. It's her hair to do what she wants with, but she's 10. Too young to remember stuff when she's excited or think much about consequences. Your husband should already have remembered the party, which is already scheduled and not that long away, and asked daughter if she was sure she wanted to do it, because it wouldn't grow back in time to dye for the party, or at least asked if she wanted to wait until after the party, and then if she still wanted to do it, she could, that's kind of my thought process.
I don't know, man.
I think that a job as a parent is to inform your children of all of the ramifications, everything that's going to happen, so that they know, it's like giving them all the information.
Are we just assuming he didn't, though? Are we assuming he didn't?
Sounds
because
like he didn't.
This is literally how you teach. People are saying it's like, oh, this 10-year-old, it's like, this is how you learn at 10 years old, 11 years old. That's like middle school. 11 is middle school in America.
I think that
if you cut all your hair off and you don't like it, you learn, oh my God, I shouldn't do that in the future.
I think there are two different lessons going on here. There was the first lesson where he could have informed her of all the things, and if she still wanted to do it, go ahead. But she knows all of the information. And the second lesson, which comes after you've shaved your head and you realized you don't like it. And that's where they go, hey, I understand you don't like it. I think it looks sick. Hair grows back. And that's the second lesson.
I think
that you can still choose that first informed, I think you can still, I don't know, working on like giving everyone, like your kids, all of the information.
Yeah, but I really do think that this kid is this upset because the mom is furious. She was furious. I'm sure the kid picked up on that. And now the kid is freaking out because they're like, oh my God, I messed up. Now mom's so mad. I need to dye my hair, but I can't. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. No, we need to do it the way that mom wants. Like, she's 10. That's the thing that you need. Like, that's the thing you should be more concerned about is like freaking out your 10-year-old over something you can no longer control.
I agree with that.
You could have just given her a wig, but instead you probably freaked out.
Well, but I feel like you said I couldn't assume about the dad, so you're assuming about the mom. So we're making assumptions here. We don't know exactly how they reacted or how the dad reacted.
I'm just basing it off the kid. Think about the children.
Hazel Wisp says, at 10, kids don't always think ahead. They just get caught up in the moment. That's where the parent is supposed to step in and say, hey, let's hold off until the party. And if you still want to shave it, we'll do it then. It's not about controlling her. It's about helping her avoid regrets later. Now she's upset because she feels like she ruined something she was excited about, and that could have easily been avoided. Judgment, not the a-hole. And there is an update a day later, and I think we just go into it. I think we've discussed.
Yeah.
So a few things happened since yesterday, and taking advantage of the fact that it's currently 11 a.m. in my country and I'm home alone, I'd like to share this with you. I guess I'll start by saying that many of you were right, even if you were wrong about the reasons. So 3 hours after I published my first post, my husband's sister came over to pick up my daughter. I decided to take the opportunity and ask her for help, figuring she was the perfect neutral person. My husband wasn't happy and strongly opposed it, thinking it was unnecessary to still drag this out. But I asked his sister to talk to my daughter about what had happened anyway. She, my husband's sister, currently has a mohawk, so I asked her to simply start with the hairstyles and then get to how it all started. She agreed. They returned around 11 p.m. We waited until our daughter went to bed, then we sat down in the kitchen and started talking. Well, my husband tried to end this conversation many times, but I finally learned this. The fact is that he and our daughter watched a cartoon where a character shaves her hair. The fact is that my daughter found it interesting, but that's where Daddy started encouraging us to do it and saying it would be great comes in. My daughter told the sister how he convinced her that it would be more fun this way and that this way she'd be able to play the character in the game. When my husband's sister left, we started arguing. I don't know if it's still obvious, but even as I write this, I'm still pissed.
So I was totally wrong.
Yikes.
And it was the husband trying to sabotage the tradition.
That's so weird.
Yeah, why would you sabotage a tradition given the context of that
I didn't even
specific
think
tradition?
about that as an option.
Me either. I'm like, what?
He purposely wanted to make his daughter sad?
This is now, I don't know what to think.
What? Okay.
I mean, I definitely think I was wrong.
I mean, I don't even know how you could have been right about, like, I didn't even see how that was possible. Wow. At first, my husband defended himself, trying to say that his sister was biased and that it was all lies and that the idea was 100% our daughter's. But in the end, he told the truth. Yes, he convinced her to cut her hair. No, it wasn't just about a stupid tradition. It's worse.
What? Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
You see, before the date of the celebration was set this year, August 1st, my husband wanted to go on a week-long vacation to Greece. They were supposed to start August 1st. So yes, my brilliant husband shaved our daughter's head to get back at me for taking away his vacation.
Is your husband 12?
I would divorce him over this.
This is actually like insane behavior.
Using your child to get back at your wife for saying that you can't go on vacation is psychotic.
Oklahoma drill for this guy.
That's actually psychotic. I would divorce.
Green Goblin through the hotel lobby, this guy.
That's insane.
And you just used without a care in the world for how hurt your daughter would be.
Like, I mean, how do you even, like, growing up, if she ever finds this out, she's going to be like, yeah, my dad convinced me to shave my head because he was upset he couldn't go on vacation.
Go to Greece and stay there.
Stay there forever. I don't want you to ever come back here.
Have fun. I hear Santorini's nice. you piece of crap.
He thought that this way we would avoid reuniting with my family, or at least I would feel what he felt. You suck. You're a terrible person. But I would feel great if you guys listened to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Folks, there's a little bit left to this story. I mean, like, truly divorce.
Yeah, it's like that's
divorce,
just like
shave his head.
Fundamental thing that permanently changes the way I look at you forever.
Yeah.
There's no degree of talking or counseling that will make me forgive you for like traumatizing our daughter.
Yeah. And also, again, she might have been convinced. She might have wanted to do this in like some small part of her. She's 10. And, you know, if this wasn't her idea completely and she wasn't advocating like, I want to do this, I want to, like, let me do it. Do you, like, that's going to affect her so much.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Like, yeah, your hair does go back, and that should absolutely, like, you shouldn't make her feel bad or like anything's wrong. Like, you have to be like, I love your hair. It's so great. You're so cool. Like, that is, you know, the way to go. But I just can't. Why would you do this to a kid? Why would you do this to a kid?
Have him listen to Soundgarden on repeat forever until he meets James Gandolfini.
Yes, I too don't know whether to laugh or cry. I ended up sleeping on the couch, him taking the bedroom and going to work in the morning. Now our daughter is currently with my parents while I consider my next move. I don't want arguing again, but I'm certainly not going to leave it like that. And edits, our daughter is currently staying with my parents. That said, when I took her to them, we talked. The good news is that we joked a bit about the fact that at least now we don't have to comb her hair. The atmosphere was better than in recent days. Together, we found some positives in the whole situation. And using your advice, I also decided to assure her that she still looks wonderful and that nothing happened that was her fault or I'm not mad at her. Good. That's good parenting. Yeah. Unfortunately, the bad news is that she's still sad. She said she still wanted to have her hair dyed and that she's already starting to miss the plait. And there are some comments. Vid producer says your husband used your daughter to get back at you. Girl, run for both of you. Moody B says, seriously, that level of pettiness at your own daughter's expense is a huge red flag. Poor kid doesn't deserve to be caught in the middle. Sophia Dreamy Dew says, I'd be in jail. You mess with my kid just to spite me? That's not petty, that's straight up cruel. I don't care if it's just hair, that's an effing child, not an emotional punching bag. Lisa Knows Best says, can you ever trust your husband alone with your daughter again? He used her to punish you. Think about that. Now she's upset because she's too young to understand the results of shaving her head. Your husband is disgusting. Opie says, I'm definitely thinking about it. I'm going to pack up some of our daughter's things and take them to my parents' house. I won't let her be around him until this whole thing calms down. Goddess from Cyprus says, what on earth? He was getting back at you? Has he behaved this way before? Will he do it again? Is my worry. How far would he go? I'm not sure what you can do about your daughter's hair. Is there a singer or actress she likes that wears wigs to change her hair? If so, maybe show her to encourage her to try. Opie says, you see, the strangest thing is that I can't recall a single situation where he was this extreme. Did we ever argue or disagree on something? Sure. But he never used our daughter against me or became like that. It usually went normal, a small argument followed by an apology and a normal conversation. Literally just a few days ago, I would have called him a good father and husband. Beagle Mama says, more like he's been playing the long game, waiting for his chance to get revenge on you for all the years of those celebrations. I think his mask has slipped. Using your child as a pawn in an adult argument is reprehensible. Opie says it would be even more crazy considering that we've only been to 2 celebrations together so far. They don't happen every year.
Ay, ay, ay.
And folks, that's the end of that story.
A tutorial for how to ruin your entire family's
family
dynamic.
immediately, so quickly.
Yeah. How to ruin your family dynamic 101.
I mean, I would just not trust him around my child ever again. Because you left him alone for like a weekend, and then you come back, your child's head is shaved, and you're like, whoa, what happened? And he lies to you and says, oh, that's what she wanted. She wanted it. And then you find out that he was the one who was pushing her to do it. I mean, like, how do you get over that? I don't think I ever would. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But folks, that was the end of that story. And we got one more for this episode.
I want to take back my gift because my girlfriend took the credit.
You can't have it anymore.
My girlfriend, 41 female, and I, 44 male, have been together on and off for the past 12 years. She has a son from a previous marriage that was 4 when we met. Fast forward to now, and he has just turned 16. He'll be getting his license soon, and she needs to get him a car. His dad is not in the picture. By the way, this comes from user No Picture 8751, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So I still have the car that I had when we met, but also I had bought a new truck a couple of years ago. The car isn't anything really special. It's a 2011 with 175,000 miles on it, but the engine still seems strong, and I've taken good care of it. It's a Toyota Tacoma. I suggested that we get it fixed up and give him that for his first vehicle. That way, if he bangs it up, it's not a big loss. I made arrangements with a mechanic friend to do the labor on the car in exchange for me doing electrical work at his house. There was a lot of work needed on the car, so I'll be providing about 30 hours of my own labor that cover my side of the deal. We agreed that I would provide the car and cover the labor through bartering, and she would pay for any parts needed to get the car roadworthy for a new driver. I've been working with my friend to get things going and have been fronting all of the parts costs, which have totaled about $2,000. I also had the car detailed and have the windshield scheduled to be replaced through my insurance. We had her son's birthday party the other day, and she was acting kind of odd. She's constantly taking pictures and wants all of us in them, but on this day, she was only posing with her son in front of the car. I was not asked to join. She also made him walk out of the house to see the car a second time and told him to act more surprised. He's known he's getting this car for months. So I knew this was all just for clout on social media.
That's weird. Stop using your child for clout.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Just enjoy the things.
Yeah. And also, I really wanted to take another look-see at, he said they've been on and off for 14 years. I wonder what all those off periods have been caused by.
I don't know.
You know?
Could be,
like they've been together since around their 30s, you know?
Secret super spy. He's an anamorph.
I honestly don't quite understand on and off relationships. But we'll get into that later.
She's been obsessed with growing her following lately, and her main concern in any situation is that it be documented for content. I find it pretty annoying, but have been trying to keep that to myself lately because it's something she enjoys, although I have voiced concern over her obsession in the past. After the party, I took the car home because he doesn't have his license yet, and I have a few last-minute tweaks to make to it. Her birthday is a week after this. For her birthday, she made a post about all of her accomplishments over the past year. It was a collage of video and pictures with captions. I watched the video, and near the end, I see a pic of her and him in front of the car, and the caption reads, "Bought my son his first car," which is a lie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, which is dumb.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
Already stupid.
Because he was going to see that, obviously. And then what were you... And also, he knows. Presumably, your child knows that that's his car. If he's known for a month, he probably has talked to OP about it.
If you wanted more clout from this, make it about how your friend helped you and your son get him his car, because more people will like that story anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know how to clout chase.
That was bad. No one's gonna listen to you.
Yeah, and if I heard that after I gave somebody a car out of the goodness of my heart, I'd be like, hey, so you either have to be like, I lied, or I'm taking the car back.
Yeah.
Like you need to publicly shame yourself, or I'm taking it.
And then you gotta, what are you gonna do with all of your clout? You got no car.
Yeah.
For all of your other videos.
Hopefully you get some clout when you're exposed as a dastardly liar.
A liar.
To this day, she has contributed nothing to getting him into this car. It's my car. I made all arrangements to get it fixed up, and I fronted all the money for parts, which she has yet to pay me for. She has done literally nothing. Literally nothing. To be clear, I don't care about getting credit on social media, but I feel like it was a slap in the face to exclude me when I've been the sole person to make this happen. I feel like this is another thing in a long list of situations where she has disregarded my efforts and contributions, and I'm considering ending the relationship over it.
Are you going to stay ended, though? Because it seems like you've done this a couple times now. How many times have you been off? And how many times have you been on?
Could be 100, could be a dozen.
Been 12 years?
It's been 84 years. However, I am also considering telling her that if she wants all the credit for getting her son this car, then she can pay me full market value for it so I can recoup the parts and labor I have into it, as well as my initial investment. Would I be the a-hole if I took back the car and get him a cheaper gift unless she pays for the whole thing? Edit to answer some questions. This is my first time posting on Reddit. I'm a baby, and to be honest, I didn't expect such a huge response. My goal isn't to withhold this car, more of a question of do I charge her the full amount since she wants all the credit. Some people have suggested that I actually want the credit on social media. I wouldn't have cared if there was no post about it, or if she had even said we got him a car. What I'm bothered by is her excluding me completely when she felt like she needed to post about it.
That's the thing. Like anyone who says, oh, OP, you just want credit on social media. It's like, no, OP clearly didn't care about the social media, like being posted about on social media. It's the fact that she went public and said, I did it alone. It's like when you go into a giant room and you said, yeah, I'm taking credit for this thing that I had no part in. It's like, yeah, okay, we didn't need to tell a whole group of people, but now you have told a whole group of people and you lied about it.
Yeah, like literally the only way they're keeping this car is if they fully shame themselves.
Yeah.
They do the shame tour. The game, the ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. Shame. She has not refused to pay for the parts. She just hasn't yet. What's the difference? Her son is in no danger of not having a car. She makes good money, and if he doesn't get this car, she will likely finance him a nicer one. We have separate homes and finances. While we've been off and on, it's been mostly on. Together for 3 years, broke up for a little over a year, and then got back together. Been back together for about 8 years with only a couple of hiccups since. I intended to hold up my end of the bargain, so long as she does. The difference now is she will need to reimburse me for parts prior to me turning over the vehicle. If she won't do that, I'll have to assess that at the time. Her son and I have had some rough times over the years as well, but our relationship has been better in the past couple years than ever before. I included him in my hobbies, like golf and snowboarding, and make sure he has the equipment to participate. I also cover all costs related to them. I enjoy including him in these things and think he does as well. They are activities he likely wouldn't be exposed to otherwise. I love them both, and that's why I suggested this arrangement in the first place. I wanted to help her financially, but was also excited to play a part in this milestone for him. I'm still considering our relationship, but I'm just very disappointed and hurt by her actions. Comment number 1 says, was she ever planning on actually paying you back for the parts? Or was she just planning to pay you later, aka never pay you?
Yeah.
My guess is she never would have contributed a cent. She is taking advantage of you, OP. If she did actually reimburse you for all the parts you've purchased, I'd consider still giving her son the car. But only if he's demonstrated he is thankful and not acting entitled to it. For the love of God, though, break up with her and find someone with integrity who wants to be with you for you and not the money you give. Not the a-hole. Comment 2 says OP should invoice the girlfriend for the car, and if she pays up, then she is indeed buying her son a car for his birthday. If not, well, then I guess OP can sell the car and make some money. Comment 3 says definitely confront her about the lie. Lying is never okay. Then ask her to delete it. She is way too old to be acting like one of those phony 20-something self-appointed influencers. If she gives you any pushback on either point, dump her and take the car with you. Reply says, this is exactly what I came here to say. Talk to her first in a non-confrontational way. Use I statements. Quote, when you first posted that you bought your son's his first car, I felt blankety blank. Then, depending on the outcome of the convo, make your decision about the car and the relationship. You really have to speak up. She cannot read your mind and may not realize her faux pas. And by the way, you sound like a really kind and considerate person. I agree. Comment 4, does the son know you were giving him the car? Has he thanked you for the car? If the answer is no to any of those questions, then keep the car and sell it. OP says, yeah, I feel the same. If the kid knows what's up, then don't bother. He did it for the kid. If the kid is appreciative, then it's all good. Take the car back and the relationship with them is over. Based on his feelings, it might already be over. So I guess it becomes a question of whether he wants to ruin his image in the eyes of the kid or not. Girlfriend clearly values internet clout over him, and with low following, that means lower than 0. So no image to save there.
Oh, like she values you lower than 0 because she has such a low following.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like less than her tiny following.
And there is an update, Sophia.
I mean, I think you have a conversation with her because you've been together with her for so long and you were literally about to give her kid a car. Like, clearly this is an important relationship. But I think you talk to her and you say, hey, I really didn't appreciate that you said this online and made it seem like I played no role here. Like, it hurt. It felt like you were kind of taking advantage of what I was doing. And then, depending on what she says, we break up and we don't give this kid a car.
That's like just on business. I'm standing on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I'm not letting you get away with this.
Courtney Electra says they were 12 years on and off relationship. If you don't lock it in after that long, I don't know what to say. I mean, like, I don't even think, I think that, I don't know if you're saying like marriage or anything. I don't think they have to get married to be locked in. But it doesn't seem like they were locked in general. So it doesn't seem like this is
my high school
the
history
relationship
teacher
for you.
never got married. She had a life partner.
Yeah.
They were locked in.
Yeah, I think you can absolutely be locked in without being married. These people were not, and she's selfish. So there you go.
I was waiting to talk to her in person, but we only see each other once a week, and plans fell through this weekend because she got called into work. I texted her asking why she would exclude me. Told her it was a slap in the face to see the post claiming she had bought the car. She apologized for making me feel that way, but claimed she didn't realize I wanted this to be a shared gift because I never asked for recognition.
Huh? What? What? I'm sorry, what? She's like, oh, I didn't realize that you wanted to be thanked, so I stole your gift. I thought that was fine.
Yeah, I thought we had the rule we didn't need bibliographies for any of those.
I thought like when you were giving all those checks to my parents for their birthdays, I thought those were from me. I told them all that was from me, not from you, because you never said you wanted any thanks. That makes no sense. That's nonsense.
Makes no freaking sense.
That is nonsense.
She claimed she thought I was selling it to her for the cost of repairs. She also stated that it was a post celebrating me and my accomplishments since turning 40. Said maybe it was selfish, but it was a proud mom moment after scraping by 16 years ago to now be able to fully provide her son with a car.
You're not.
Well, I mean, under the assumption that she really did believe that, maybe there was a miscommunication and she's like, oh, I can buy it from you for the cost of repairs.
Okay. But she isn't.
I mean, that's the plan, but it's like, yeah, I think OP's realizing OP's trying to be like, do you realize that I could have charged you way more money for this car.
Charging you for the repairs?
Yeah.
So really, I'm not even charging you for the repairs. You're getting a car and then you have to repair it. You'd have to do that.
If I'm rocking with what I think we're rocking with here, it's like an old, reliable 2011 truck.
Yeah.
It's 75. I think that's a Toyota, and it's probably worth somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 11K.
Yeah.
Not 2.
Yeah.
She did admit that she had done nothing to date, but didn't realize I wanted her to because, again, you didn't ask.
Again, so she is not planning to pay for anything.
I replied that I didn't realize I needed to ask for appreciation when gifting a car worth a minimum of $1,500, and then
oh my goodness,
$1,500. Oh, that's not a Tacoma.
And
then providing labor that was a minimum of another $1,500 and fronting the cost for parts. I said that covering parts was $2,000, but fully providing the car was closer to $4,500. Her response was, "Oh, I guess we were just thinking of it differently." She then offered to pay the $4,500, or that I could just sell it elsewhere and get more for it. And by the way, you can get more stories in full episodes on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever you listen to podcasts. All you got to do is search OK Storytime, and you can listen to our full archive. There's a lot.
Whoa, your eyes.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
Whoa. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, she isn't taking responsibility in any way.
But I don't know. Part of me really feels like this was just a misunderstanding.
Okay.
And there is the immediate oh, well, yeah, I'll buy it for $45. I'll buy it for that. I'll buy it for however much it costs you to fix it. Because I thought that was our agreement.
Yes, it totally could be a miscommunication, but I do think that even that type of miscommunication says something. It's like someone gives you a gift and you're like, oh, I don't have to thank them. I don't have to say anything. They gave it to me, so I don't owe them anything. It's like someone's done you a very kind thing, and it's just kind of obvious to me that you would thank them and appreciate them and say like, hey, son, my boyfriend has just done something amazing for you. Write him a thank you card. I don't know. Take him out to dinner.
But did they tell him that in person? Like, I'm like really like I've flipped on this now because of the immediate willingness to be like, oh, well, I can pay the more for it. Like I truly just thought, because it's like, yeah, if it's a post about being like, I'm so happy I'm able to provide for my son. My friend is like giving me this card now, but it's like she sounds like she's fully planning on paying that money.
Yeah.
And she has enough money to pay it. So
suspicious. I think it's a suspicious miscommunication. Personally.
Yeah. I told her it was never about the money for me, but if she wanted it to be all from her, then $4,500 was fine. I also told her she's not obligated to buy this car since it's more than what she initially thought. She said she'd call about getting a loan to pay for it. Not sure why I was surprised that she doubled down and then gaslit me as if I should have to ask for appreciation or acknowledgement of my efforts. So like she didn't come up to you at all, like personally, like
it doesn't seem like that.
But like when this happened, was she not like, oh my God, you're gonna do this for me? Like, thank you so much. Like, I feel like most of this is just coming from, it's like, well, that Instagram post is fake, and I'm sorry. Get offline.
I disagree.
But if it was for free, if it was literally for $0, I agree. If it was for $0, this is like, what are you doing?
Anything.
But she's going to.
But she wasn't planning to. That's the thing. She said, oh, I didn't realize you wanted me. Like she said, I didn't realize you wanted me to pay anything or that I had to thank you.
No,
that's what she said.
Yeah, I think, but it's in the context of the post. She was planning to pay that $2,000.
She just said, like just now when he confronted her, she said, oh, I didn't think I had to pay you.
No, I didn't think I had to pay the.
She said both.
Let me go back.
Yeah, or I might have misunderstood, but like I think regardless, she went online and told everyone a lie, and then he saw that. I would be her too. I'd be like, why are you lying about that?
I really do think like so. Okay,
it could be.
I said that covering parts was $2,000, but fully providing the car was $45,000. Her response was, I guess we're just thinking of it differently. I don't know. It just really feels like she was planning to just pay $4,500 at some point, or $2,000. Which is, I don't know. I just think we should not care about what inane posts on social media are, especially if it wasn't $0. If it was $0, I'd be like, yeah, that's dumb.
I think I disagree with that. Just because if someone I don't know and I don't care about posts something about me, sure, I don't care. If a partner or close friend posts a lie that has something to do with me, I'd be like, hey, why are you spreading misinformation?
I don't know. Maybe she's just gassing herself up, man.
I don't know.
She's still going to pay.
Now. But let's finish it off.
So now it's up to her whether she wants to buy this car outright, get a different one, or just honor the agreement I thought we had to begin with. Whatever happens with the car is inconsequential to our relationship. It's pretty clearly over at this point. And that's the end of that story.
And there we go.
Yeah.
And there you have it.
Yeah,
I just don't think they're like meant for each other. If they're going on and off and then she lies on social media and that's the end of their relationship, this clearly wasn't a good relationship. But folks, that's the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.